Now here's our second example. It's a bit harder than our first example, and you'll see why shortly. So we've got two lines. We've got 5x plus 2y equals 4, and we've got 3x plus 3y equals minus 3. So this is the reason why this example is a little harder than the last example, example 1. If you look at the number of x's, 3 is not a factor of 5. We cannot multiply this line by a number to make our x's in here be equal to the x's in that line there. Okay? If you look at the 2y's and 3y's, again 2 is not a factor of 3, so I cannot multiply this line by anything to have the same number of y's in here. So when I say anything, I actually mean a whole number. So let's first of all just write our number 1 in and number 2. So we've got equation 1 at the top and equation 2 at the bottom. So we're going to have to get rid of either the x's or the y's. It doesn't matter which ones we get rid of. It's totally up to you. In this case, I think I'm going to get rid of the y's because it might be easier to find the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3 than it will to find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 5. Not that either of those are particularly hard. So, to match up the number of y's, because that's what we need to do to eliminate the y's, we have to look at the 2, look at the 3. What is the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3? It's 6. So I want two new equations that both have 6 y's in it. So how would I do that to equation 1? I've got 2 y's, I want 6 y's, so 2 times 3 is 6, so I'm going to have to multiply this whole line by 3. So 5x multiplied by 3 is 15x, 2y multiplied by 3 is 6y, just like we wanted, and 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Here's our new line, and I'm going to call that equation 3. Now look at equation 2. We have 3x plus 3y equals negative 3. I want 6 y's rather than 3 y's, so I'm going to have to multiply this whole line, every term in it, by 2. So I'm going to take equation 2 and multiply it all by 2. So 3x multiplied by 2 is 6x. 3y multiplied by 2 is 6y, just like we wanted, and minus 3 multiplied by 2 is minus 6, and I'll call that equation 4. So now we've got two new lines, two new equations, equation 3 and equation 4, and they both have the same number of y's. We can now eliminate the y terms of our equations, and we're going to do that because they are the same. They are both positive. We are going to subtract one line from the other. Again, it doesn't matter which line you subtract from the other, but I always suggest that you take the line with the smaller numbers away from the line with the bigger numbers. Sometimes there'll be a bit of a mix and it'll be totally up to you, but in this case you can see that 15 is bigger than 6. 6 is the same as 6 here, but 12 is bigger than minus 6. So we're going to take all of this lot away from all of this lot. So we're doing 3, equation 3, subtract equation 4. So we've got 15x, take away 6x, that is 9x. 6y, take away 6y is obviously 0, which is what we wanted to get, because now it is eliminated, so I don't write anything in with a y. And 12, take away a negative 6. Now be careful here, we're not doing 12 take away 6, we're doing 12 subtract a negative 6, which means we're going to add on 6. So 12 plus 6 is what we're working out, which is 18. 9x equals 18. And look, 9 is a factor of 18. 18 is in the 9 times table, so 18 is a multiple of 9, so we're going to get a nice number, 9x. Divide that side by 9, gives us x divide 18 by 9 gives us 2. So x equals 2. Now to find out y, just like last time, I'm going to substitute x equals 2, because now we know that x is 2, into, and I'm going to pick one of the lines, one that looks fairly easy. I'm going to pick equation 1. So into equation 1. So equation 1, 5x plus 2y equals 4. I'll write that down again. 5x plus 2y equals 4. We've just found out that x is 2. So instead of 5x, we know it's 5 lots of 2, and that 5 lots of 2 is 10. So it's 10 plus 2y equals 4. Just like on your standard linear equation, subtract 10 from both sides. So subtract 10 from this side, leaves us with 2y. From this side, 4 minus 10. We're not doing 10 take away 4, we're doing 4 take away 10, which is minus 6. 2y is minus 6, so y equals minus 3, dividing both sides by 2. So y equals minus 3, x equals 2. There are two answers, and that's example 2.